Welcome to ShadowTime, where I share chilling true horror stories. What you're about to hear isn't fiction. These are real experiences told by real people who lived through them. Today's video features 3 terrifying school lockdown stories. Moments that began like any ordinary school day and quickly turned into something far more dangerous. If you're watching this alone, you might want to make sure your door is locked.
It was just another boring school day, but being the last class on a Friday, everyone was excited. Spring break was just around the corner. Our calculus teacher was pretty chill and decided to skip lessons that day. Instead, he pulled up Sporkle, and we all started playing a brand logo quiz together. We were laughing and guessing answers when suddenly the loudspeaker crackled. The dean's panicked voice came through. "This is not a drill. Initiate lockdown immediately." The room froze. Our laid-back teacher turned pale, shut off the lights, and motioned us all to the back corner of the room. Moments later, we heard screaming echoing down the hallway. A man's voice, loud, unhinged, grew closer as he shouted, "I'll kill all of you." 2 girls in our class started crying uncontrollably. He began banging violently on the lockers and then our classroom door. One of the girls screamed, "No!" The banging intensified, and it felt like an eternity. Eventually, the screaming moved down the hall and faded into silence. The dean came back on the speaker. He said a mentally unstable man had assaulted the front desk clerk and entered the school. Staff didn't know if he was armed. Worse yet, later that night, a janitor found the man sleeping in a storage closet near the back of the school. Peeking out of his pocket was a .44 Magnum. By the time police arrived, he was gone, and to this day, no one knows what happened to him.
Our school has 2 lunch periods. I was in the first one, which includes all 6th graders and some of the 7th. It was a gloomy, rainy day in early October. I was mid-bite when I heard 4 loud booms. At first, I thought it was thunder, but the whole cafeteria erupted in screams. Security stormed in, shouting for everyone to get into the multi-purpose room. Those waiting in line had to toss their lunches. The room was massive, with a full glass wall at the back. Teachers rushed to pull the curtains over the windows, and staff blocked every door. My friend Eric managed to ask what was going on and came back with an update. "There's this mentally unstable man who lives in the house right across from the school. He's a registered sex offender. He threatened to shoot the police and kill himself if they evicted him. He's been watching the kids weirdly." Later, my friend Brandy, who lived next to that man, told me a chilling story. Last Halloween, she saw him at his window carving into his arm and writing with blood on the glass, "Don't come here or I'll kill you." At the time, everyone assumed it was just Halloween theatrics, but now we knew the truth. And we were glad he never got close to us that day. I had just graduated college and landed an IT internship at my old high school. My workspace was in the basement, a surprisingly comfy little office with AC, a TV, and mini fridges. Way better than the sweltering classrooms above. One afternoon during lunch, I got a call from the front office. "The school is in lockdown. Possible armed intruder." I couldn't do much. The office had no door, and the main basement door didn't even lock. So I turned off the lights and the computer monitor, hid, and waited in silence. Then the basement door creaked open. Footsteps echoed down the stairs. Someone entered the office without turning on the lights. I slid under the desk, holding my breath. Suddenly, my phone dinged. The sound shattered the silence. Footsteps approached fast. I panicked and crawled out, pleading, "Please don't kill me." A man in a red plaid shirt and black-red cap grabbed my arm and pulled me up. "It's okay, I'm just hiding down here with you. I came to pick up my son when a teacher told me to hide." It almost made sense until I glanced at my phone. A text from Dave. "Dude, this is crazy. Some guy with a gun just shot Mr. Buckley. He's wearing a red shirt and hat. Do not come upstairs." I looked up. The man noticed my stare. Without another thought, I bolted toward the stairs. A gunshot rang out behind me, ricocheting off something metal. I made it to the top. Police were waiting at all exits, including the basement. The man was arrested immediately. Luckily, Mr. Buckley survived the shooting. No one knows why the attacker targeted him, but that gunshot, I'll never forget the sound.
Stories like these remind us that fear doesn't always come from the dark. Sometimes it's right outside the classroom door. Thank you for watching. If you've ever experienced something you can't explain, and you'd like your story to be told, feel free to send it to me. The details are in the description. I'm ShadowTime, and I'll be back soon with more real horror stories. Until then, stay safe, and don't open the door unless you know who's on the other side.